Alright, howdy there, fellow Shadow Priests. Today we're looking at Wizk's talents in the AWC. Didn't really get to watch these games, but just looking, like skimming through and looking at how hard he's gapping people in damage. I mean, he's doing 40 million and the Boomy's doing 24. That's absolutely insane. We're gonna try to take some notes from the GOAT and, you know, what he's running, how he's pulling it off, what the rotation is like, what the win conditions are like. So let's go ahead and dig into those talents. And yeah, if you haven't checked out the AWC games, definitely watch those on twitch.tv/Warcraft, and hopefully they can take home a big win, and hopefully he doesn't get Shadow Priest nerfed, because he's literally doubling the damage of the enemy rogue and doing the damage combined of both rogues plus another 10 million. So yeah, definitely want to know how he's doing that. Like, that's crazy. The first thing I noticed in his spec is that he is running Dark Ascension and not Void Form, whereas I feel like most Shadow Priests are running Void Form on the ladder, like myself included. I'm pretty much always playing Void Form. It just feels like Dark Ascension doesn't really offer a lot of burst, and then even when you have it up, it's like it's so hard to get a Mind Spike Insanity with the two Devouring Plagues that you might get like one or two off, and at that point, like, isn't even worth it. The other reason why I thought Void Form might be better is just because of our tier set. Our 4 set is going to boost our Shadowy Apparition damage and give us some more DP damage as well. I'm fairly certain Wizk was running 4 set. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I couldn't see the gear that he was using. But yeah, I think those talents will synergize together really well, because every time you Void Bolt, you will summon an Apparition, as long as you have a Vampiric Touch on someone. So yeah, keep that in mind, that 4 set and Void Form will have a lot of synergy. And if you're having trouble casting, then just switch Dark Ascension for Void Form, and no problem. So let's go ahead and talk about what he was doing in the game. He's just keeping dots on all 3 targets, and then he's single targeting whatever he can to maximize his pressure. So anytime he gets off like a juicy Void Torrent or a Mind Spike, that 30% Psychic Link damage is going to transfer over to everyone else as well. So, you know, he might be doing a 200k Mind Spike, but that is going to reflect as like a, you know, 60k hit on some other players, and that will slowly wither away the enemy team's mana and endurance. It looks like they didn't actually win this game on mana, which is crazy, because I felt like they were winning games on mana when I was scrolling through. But yeah, the pressure just ends up being too much, and they're able to just do so much unhealable damage. So let's go ahead and look at some of my own gameplay and try to integrate Void Form as well and see how that works out. Alright, so we'll check out this first game with Dark Ascension, playing Wizk's build. Don't have 4 set. My item level is lower than most people, it seems like, in lobbies. I have less HP than everyone. I don't know why, but y'all are really going try hard on like the Bloody Tokens gear or something. Didn't get lucky in my boxes, but here we go. The idea is just going to get dots up on as many players as we can. So we got our first VT on the Mage. Want to swing a VT out to someone else. We'll probably dot the Hunter here. I'm going to fear him off my healer as well. I'm pretty far away from being able to fear the healer. Warrior gets a fear on the Mage instead of the Priest. Interesting. I'll silence off this, start our CC chain. Normally I like to save my fear just for the healer, but in that situation I thought it was good to disrupt the Hunter's trap. So we have dots on everybody. My Dark Ascension is active. Now this is what I'm talking about. Like, we really want to get some Mind Spike Insanities off to maximize this damage. My Dark Ascension is going to fade in 6 seconds, and I haven't done a Mind Spike yet. There's my first Mind Spike. So I got 1 Mind Spike off during my Dark Ascension, which Wizk would frankly not approve of. I think you're going to want to get off at least like 2, I would say, and then maybe combo in a Mind Game somewhere. But yeah, not a lot of value there. Get kicked on my Mind Spike tree, so anytime I'm kicked, I'm just going to try to generate Insanity by purging. Quickly get my dots back up on the main kill target. I'll dot the healer as well, and then at this point I'm just going to stun into fear off cooldown on the healer, since I'm relatively safe to do whatever I want in this matchup, it seems like. Silence the Priest after his will. Grip this trap. So I've actually messed this Hunter up on 2 of his traps so far. I tried to meld this one. I don't understand the timing, but did not get the meld off. So this Hunter hasn't gotten a trap off on my healer yet. This is actually interesting. I saw Wizk do this a lot. He's playing against Kearney and Calvish, and someone gets too far out of his range, and you know what? He's kind of running people down to Psychic Link, so he's like, whatever, I'm just going to hit what I can, and Psychic Link will do the rest of the work for me. So you can see I hit a Void Torrent right here onto the Priest. I'm ticking 100k Void Torrents, and that's also hitting the Hunter and the Mage which is awesome. So I'm able to generate my spread pressure even though the DPS are not in my range or in my line, rather. So getting my dots back up on the mage is a priority. I'm going to use my Unfurling Darkness from the hunter, swap over to the mage, and make sure I fear the priest. I'm always looking to see if the priest has fear, or fade before I fear, rather. If he does have fade, I'm going to bait him into using it first, and then I'll press fear. Can silence off this as well. Rage Trinket, silence, get kicked, MD my guy, just kidding, both kicks. So now I'll just get my damage up on the hunter. Have an Unfurling Darkness for the mage. I'm always looking to swap those dots over. I see there's no kick, so definitely a good time to get out a Void Torrent or a Spike here. Void Torrenting the mage. Gonna get my Mind Trauma stacks, let it channel fully. 100 turtles. Purging Altar, it's off. Generating Insanity however I can. Instant Mind Blast. Hunter's got the kick, but I don't even really try to fake the Hunter kick. I feel like if he kicks me, I'm just gonna Spike. Can get my Dark Ascension up while they're lining here if I really want to. I have a silence available. I'll just silence the mage while he's behind the pillar. He trinkets it. Priest dispels my dots. Stun him. MD the block. I have a Dark Ascension available as well. Okay, everyone should be dotted here. Kicked on my Dark Ascension, so I'll just spam Spike. Gonna line the mage's combustion here. Also chose to disperse. Interesting. Cancel it, kill them. The game's pretty much over at this point. It was actually very successful at triple dotting everyone and rotting them. But we'll see maybe an example of Void Form. Oh, this is actually a sick game. So this is why also killing the healer can be good. Like, you kind of brought him down a little bit, get the mind games on the regen into the Void Torrent, then he slowly just kind of withers away there. And then we're going to get some flame from the mage right after this, which is awesome. I'm thinking Void Form might be good, but I didn't take into account that they would just train the mage down. Yeah, I think if you're not getting trained, Dark Ascension is going to be a little bit more valuable. Must be nice to get fed in this lobby. He's still typing, wait for it. Such a boosted ass SP. I don't even know where these people, like, get these things from, but whatever. I'm kind of boosted, that's fine. So grip the trap on my healer, disrupt the CC. He gets half cloned. I'm gonna go ahead and get some CC early while my mage gets some pressure out. PI'd him as well. Getting triple dots out. I'm gonna pop a Void Form off on this Druid and a Mind Games and a Void Torrent. Just get a lot of ramp going here. Typically want a Void Bolt off cooldown, but if you have time to cast, I guess Void Torrent is nice too. So we have dots on everything. Here comes the Rot. Void Bolt off cooldown. DP off cooldown. Hunter's barked, so I kind of want to transfer some damage over to someone else here. Hitting the Druid again. Trying to cleave him down is my main objective. Keeping dots on the Warrior. Fade the Cyclone. He also kicks it. I'll fear off this as well. Warrior's got no Reflect. Hunter has no bark anymore, so I'm going to swap over to him. Really bad that I use Void Torrent on the Hunter when he has Feign. I should probably track Feign, or just know that if he hasn't Feign yet, then don't press it. So keeping dots on everyone. DP off cooldown. Mind Spike. Mind Games the healer I think has a lot of value because it'll make his HOTS do damage. Unfortunately, my mage sheeped him because I'm a boosted SP. I broke it. Luckily for us, I am doing Wizk damage certified this round. Dark Ascension probably would have been better in this matchup, like I said, just because I'm able to free cast. Feared me, unfortunately. I don't like being CC'd when all I want to do is damage. It's like not really fun. I'm gonna Void Torrent the Druid off this, kind of rot him down. He skins that. Keep dots up on people. Shield my mage during the CC. I'm kicked. He's gonna block. That's fine. Redot the DPS. Druid needs dots. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good on the meters here. I'm typing to him now. Okay, I'm not being toxic. I just said stop sheeping my dots off. It was a joke. We got 3 Mind Trauma stacks on the Warrior. Very nice. Iron Bark. Kind of like to swap on defensive cooldowns and shuffle just to maximize your DPS. So I'm going to start hitting the Hunter here now. Yeah. Warrior is low, but we're keeping him rotted here. Void Torrent doesn't have Feign for this one. Very nice. Let it channel fully to get your Mind Trauma stacks. PI'd my mage. We do have swap, so I'm going to swap him to keep him alive. My other Priest on a swap too, so we should be able to win this game. Warriors got Reflect. I'm Scatter Tarped. I'm gonna keep dots up. Void Bolt DP. Go for the triple dots. At this point, it might be advantageous for me to just single target because the Druid is struggling to heal. But yeah, by dotting all three, we end up getting more single target damage off because we're able to get more Insanity and yeah, we'll ultimately just deal more damage, get more Devouring Plagues off. Void Channel of Void Torrent, no kicks. Really scared when I'm scattered and the mage is at like 30%, but we're gonna be able to close this game out, I feel. I have a grip for him as well. He almost dies here, but we win the game. So pretty solid DPS. Void Form, I think, played a good role. Obviously, I'm going to tell my mage nice kiting. Like, I try to compliment people and lift them up. Yeah, so pretty good. Pretty good as far as damage goes. Dark Ascension might have been a little bit more value, but still, when you're doing 21 million and the next person is doing 13, you know, that's a good sign in Shuffle. So we'll go ahead and take Wizk's word for it. These talents are nuclear. We'll get some gear and hopefully be rocking as much damage as he did in the AWC. Thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for some more content. Cheers.